Welcome to lesson 2 of the Little Drummer Boy. Again, this is Alec from Bagpipe Ready. The link is in the description below to access the whole workshop of Little Drummer Boy. And the sheet music I'm using, if that's all you're after, is the sheet music. You can get it at Jenna Bagpipe's Patreon page. The link is in the description below as well. Now, in lesson 1, we ended off on a C. So that's where we're going to start this lesson. So here was lesson 1. That's what we did in lesson 1, as you see. As you see, the C we ended on. So here's the new bit in lesson 2, and then it's going to repeat again what we covered in lesson 1. So here's the new bit. So it sounds kind of cool, right? And it's really not too difficult to do. And there is one grace note in there which we'll put on the back burner for the moment, and then we'll come back to it because this grace note's on a note transition, so we could just take that one out if you'd like. But I will talk about that grace note in a moment. So first of all, without grace notes, we're on the C, we're going up to the D, back to the C, and then we're going to do that again. So we're going up to D, down to C, and then again up to C, up to D, down to C. So we're doing that twice in a row, but the timing here is really important. So if I don't have the timing quite right, it won't really sound like the tune. Right? It doesn't quite sound right. So this is the timing we want. So those first two notes are quick. We're on the C, quick, quick, quick. So it's quick, quick. So we're hanging on to that second D a bit. Quick, quick, quick. Down. Not too long, but just long enough. Bum, ba da da bum. So the timing on that's important. Now, I did mention in the first lesson a little bit on timing. So the sheet music, again, available at Jenna Bagpipe's Patreon page, links below. The sheet music's in 2/2 time, which for my brain, I just find it easier to convert to 4/4 time. So essentially, 2/2 time is 2 beats in a bar. The half note gets the beat. But if we think about it in 4/4 time, it just works better for my brain. So 4/4 time. 4 beats per bar. The quarter note gets the beat. You know, don't get too much smoke coming out of your ears if that's too much music theory. But basically, in that first bar, that if we're doing 4/4 or tapping our foot to every quarter note length, that first note, that low A, gets 2 beats, and then our next downbeat is going to be on the C. So that would be our third downbeat in the bar. And then our fourth and last downbeat in the bar, if we're tapping every quarter note, is going to be on that next grace note on the C. So that second grace note, with we got those 3 grace notes in a row, that second one will be the 4th beat in the bar. So that's where you would tap your feet. Now the second bar we've just done, we've done that C, D, C, D, C. So that C actually gets 3 full beats if we're doing every quarter note. And then the first beat of the bar is going to be on that first D. That's our 1, da da, 2 on the C, 3 on the C, 4 on the C, and then we're into the next bar. So if you're keeping track at home, those are where you can put the little ticks to keep track of where those beats fall. But the reason to talk about timing, even if that's too much and you're like, I know, Alec, this is a Christmas tune, I don't need rhythm instruction on it. Just that's, you know, those first 3 notes in bar 2, those first 3 notes are all happening in one beat. So that da 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 da, so all that da 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 is all happening in one beat. And those first 2 notes are quicker than that third note. That D is a little bit longer than in those first 2 notes. So hopefully that helps a bit with rhythm. And then as promised, we'll chat a little bit about that grace note from the C up to the D. Remember, I said we could skip that, but we're going to talk about it now. So we're on the C already. G grace note finger, top finger of the top hand lifts. We go up to the D position with the bottom hand, then the top finger comes down. There's our G grace note. Again, it's not this, and it's not this. It's this. And then after that, it's the same down to that C. So then third bar and fourth bar. You already know this because this is repeating the first two bars of the tune, repeat in the third and the fourth bar. So you already got the whole first line, which is awesome. So I'm going to play the whole first line for you nice and slow. I will be putting in those grace notes. However, if you've been keeping track at home, keeping score, you'll know which grace notes you can take out and which ones you have to keep in there. Hint, you need to keep in the grace notes that are happening when the note isn't changing. For example, those C's, right? The C to C to C is separated by grace notes. We need those grace notes to separate. If we're going from the C to a D, for example, or B to a C, you could skip that grace note if grace notes are a big chore for you. So, something to keep in mind. So here's the first line. Again, check out the link below for general sheet music. And also feel free to check out the link below for the workshop. And the Get Bagpipe Ready monthly membership, of course, includes access to all the workshops. And 10% goes to the Peace Through Music International charity, a great charity to check out as well. So here's the first line. And if you were paying close attention, those that first bar, I mixed up those grace notes. It's supposed to be D, E, I did. But you'll notice, it sounds the same, doesn't it? So don't be in too much of a panic. You can still get a great sounding tune if you're having trouble keeping track of those grace notes. Don't worry, unless you're playing this for a judge who has a scowl on his face in a bagpipe competition, then you should worry. But if you're playing at home with a Santa hat on, not to worry, just enjoy the tune. And until next time, see you in lesson 3, and merry piping.